Goodbye high creatinine, 4 angel nut seniors must have, and 3 you should never touch. Have you been enjoying delicious handfuls of almonds every day, believing you are safeguarding your health, especially your kidneys? If you are 50, 60, or even 70 and beyond, this might be shocking news you need to hear right now. Because the truth could be you are silently damaging your precious kidneys. Kidney function changes over time. That's an undeniable truth. What's worth noting is that the very nuts you have trusted for so long might actually be the silent culprits pushing your creatinine levels higher. Even more surprisingly, the latest scientific research from a 2022 study on over 6,000 adults has proven the complete opposite of what we've always heard. Eating the right kind of nuts 1 to 6 times per week actually protects your kidneys, reducing the risk of chronic kidney disease, CKD, by up to 33%. There's a significant contradiction here, isn't there? Why such a stark contrast? The answer lies in this: not all nuts are created equal. Much like distinguishing between good fats and bad fats, the world of nuts also has its superheroes and villains when it comes to kidney health. This difference could determine whether you live a healthy life or face the prospect of dialysis 3 times a week. We are here to awaken you from these detrimental misconceptions. In this video, we will unlock the secret, sharing precisely 4 types of nuts that can become loyal bodyguards for your kidneys and 3 types of nuts you need to immediately steer clear of. We will guide you deep into the science behind each type, along with simple ways to substitute, enjoy, or avoid them in your daily life. And don't miss the final section where we've reserved the exact portion sizes so you know how much is safe to consume. You're probably wondering how to tell which nuts are friends and which are foes. To truly understand this, we need to grasp 5 crucial nutritional factors. These 5 elements determine whether the nuts you eat will be guardians or destroyers of your precious kidneys. First, let's talk about creatinine. This is a natural byproduct of your muscle activity. When your kidneys are healthy, they easily filter creatinine out of your body. But when your kidneys start to tire, creatinine will accumulate in your blood, causing problems. High creatinine levels are often the first warning sign that your kidneys need immediate attention. What's astonishing is that unlike other organs that often complain when damaged kidneys are eerily silent, they can lose up to 90% of their function before you feel anything. That's why understanding kidney protective nutrition is so vital. Now let's explore this 5-factor nutritional framework. Factor 1, potassium. Potassium is the mineral that controls your heart rate and muscle function. When your kidneys are healthy, they can easily remove 90 to 95% of excess potassium, keeping your heart rate stable. But when kidneys weaken, potassium accumulates, posing a risk of dangerous heart, rhythm disorders, even cardiac arrest. The safe threshold for kidney patients is typically under 200 milligram per serving. Factor 2, phosphorus. This is a classic two-faced mineral. It's essential for strong bones and your DNA. But when too much accumulates, it becomes a silent enemy. Excess phosphorus will steal calcium from your bones, making your bones as brittle as crackers while also hardening your blood vessels like calcified pipes. Interestingly, your body absorbs nearly 90% of phosphorus from processed foods, but only 40 to 70% from natural foods like nuts. Factor 3, protein. This is the biggest paradox for seniors. You need protein to maintain muscle mass, but protein creates waste that kidneys have to clean up. It's like needing fire for warmth, but having to deal with the smoke. Plant-based protein in nuts creates less acidic smoke than animal protein, helping your kidneys work more lightly. Factor 4, sodium. This silent enemy lurks in salt and makes your body retain water like a sponge, raising blood pressure and adding a burden to your kidneys. The good news is that most natural raw nuts are low in sodium. But there's something to note. Even unsalted nuts can contain added sodium from processing, so always check the labels carefully. Finally, oxalates. These tiny crystals can bind with calcium in your urine, forming sharp, needle-like kidney stones. Some nuts contain a lot of oxalates, turning a healthy snack into a painful risk. Now that you understand the rules of the game, let's meet our first 4 superheroes. These are the angel nuts that will help you effectively control and reduce creatinine. 1. Macadamia nuts. If the world of nuts had a king, it would undoubtedly be the macadamia. Not because they're expensive or look luxurious, but because they might just be the safest nut for your kidneys on this planet. In just 1 ounce, about 28 grams of macadamia nuts, you'll find only 104 milligram of potassium and 53 milligram of phosphorus. These numbers are significantly lower than most other nuts. With only 2.2 grams of protein, they also produce the least amount of creatinine waste. But macadamias don't just stop at being harmless. They actively protect your kidneys through their monounsaturated fats, the same type of healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats act like a lubricant for your cardiovascular system, reducing inflammation and safeguarding the tiny blood vessels within your kidneys. Since heart disease is the leading cause of death for kidney patients, protecting your heart means protecting your kidneys. Furthermore, research indicates that the oleic acid in macadamias can reduce inflammation at a cellular level. This is especially crucial because chronic inflammation is a silent killer of kidney cells. Worried about calories? A serving contains only about 200 calories less than a bowl of rice. And because they're rich in healthy fats and protein, macadamias make you feel full longer, actually helping you eat less throughout the day. Proper use and considerations. Enjoy 10 to 12 nuts, about 28 grams as an afternoon snack. This timing helps stabilize blood sugar between meals while also providing sustained energy. The optimal time is 2 to 3 hours after lunch when your body needs healthy fats to absorb nutrients. Always choose raw, unsalted varieties. Look for plump, evenly colored nuts without any rancid odor. Store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator. Their high oil content makes them prone to spoilage at room temperature. Signs of quality include a sweet, buttery aroma and a crisp texture when fresh. If you have a tree nut allergy, sunflower seeds are an excellent alternative, offering similar healthy fats with even lower mineral content. 2. Pecans. If macadamias are royalty, then pecans are the wise counselors. They're quietly powerful, surprisingly affordable, and packed with protective compounds that have safeguarded health for generations. Pecans shine with their mineral profile: 116 milligram of potassium and 79 milligram of phosphorus per 28 grams. What's more, these nuts contain natural phytates compounds that bind to phosphorus and prevent your body from absorbing too much. It's like having a built-in safety mechanism. For older adults concerned about creatinine levels, pecans offer a perfect nutritional balance without overloading protein, which can worsen kidney function. Pecans are antioxidant superstars, containing more antioxidants than many other tree nuts. Their vitamin E and polyphenols act like a cleanup crew, constantly sweeping away inflammatory molecules that damage kidney cells over time. Few people know that pecans boast the highest content of gamma-tocopherol, a specific form of vitamin E, which is particularly protective against inflammation in the urinary tract, a key driver of kidney disease progression. Proper use and considerations. Enjoy 6 to 8 pecan halves, about 28 grams as a mid-morning or afternoon snack. For those with dental concerns, chop or lightly crush pecans. You can mix chopped pecans into your morning oatmeal for sustained energy. However, never buy pre-chopped pecans that have been sitting on shelves for a long time. They'll lose their nutritional value and quickly go rancid. Store shelled pecans in the refrigerator for up to 6 months or freeze them for up to a year. Choose pecans that look plump and feel heavy in your hand. Avoid any with dark spots or a bitter odor, as these are signs of spoilage. 3. English walnuts. Next, the only tree nut with a dual effect, both a brain food and a heart medicine. That is the English walnut. English walnuts are the only tree nut that is truly a significant source of omega-3 fatty acids. While fish are lauded for omega-3, second walnuts quietly provide alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that your heart and kidneys have long craved. Why is this so important? Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in people with chronic kidney disease, CKD. The anti-inflammatory omega-3 second in walnuts act like internal firefighters, constantly extinguishing the small inflammatory fires that damage both heart and kidney blood vessels. Studies show that people who regularly eat walnuts have significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of dangerous inflammation. Omega-3 second also help keep blood vessels flexible, improving blood circulation to the kidneys. Let's check the kidney-safe numbers. 125 milligram of potassium and 98 milligram of phosphorus per 28 grams with 4.3 grams of protein. These levels are within the safe zone for most people with creatinine concerns. Note that black walnuts contain more phosphorus and protein, making them a riskier choice for those with kidney issues. Proper use and considerations. Eat 7 to 10 walnut halves, about 28 grams 3 to 5 times per week. The best time is with other healthy fats, as this helps improve omega-3 absorption. Try adding chopped walnuts to a salad with olive oil dressing or mixing them into Greek yogurt for a kidney-friendly snack. If you don't like eating walnuts plain, try lightly toasting them in a dry pan for 2 to 3 minutes to enhance their flavor. Avoid adding oil or salt. You can also soak walnuts overnight and blend them into a creamy milk, which is naturally lower in minerals than whole nuts. Walnuts are particularly prone to rancidity due to their high omega-3 content. Store them in the refrigerator in an airtight container, and they will maintain their nutritional value for up to 6 months. Signs of rancidity include a bitter taste or a paint-like smell. Discard them immediately if you notice these. 4. Chestnuts. If you still think all nuts are high in fat, and protein chestnuts will completely change that perception. These nuts are actually more like sweet potatoes in disguise, rich in carbohydrates, and very low in fat, making them digest more like a gentle carbohydrate than a nutrient-dense nut. The carbohydrate content in chestnuts is primarily resistant starch, which nourishes beneficial bacteria in your gut. This is important because a healthy gut microbiome helps process and eliminate uremic toxins, which are waste products that accumulate when kidney function declines. But here are the numbers that make chestnuts especially good for your kidneys. 28 grams, 1 ounce of chestnuts contain 168 milligram of potassium and only about 30 milligram of phosphorus with less than 1 gram of protein. This extremely low protein content means minimal creatinine production, a significant advantage for seniors with elevated creatinine levels. Chestnuts aren't just for Christmas season. You can find them in many Asian grocery stores year-round, either fresh, dried, or frozen. Pre-cooked, vacuum-packed chestnuts are also available in many supermarkets and offer excellent nutritional value. Proper use and considerations. Fresh chestnuts should be firm and heavy without cracks or holes. They can be stored in the refrigerator for several weeks. Never eat chestnuts that are moldy or have an off smell. Fresh chestnuts need to be scored with an X on the flat side and roasted at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, 218 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes until the shells split open. Their sweet, starchy texture and mild flavor make them perfect for those who find other nuts too rich or difficult to digest. Chestnuts can also be ground into a gluten-free flour for baking, added to stuffing or grain dishes, or pureed into soups and stews for thickening without the need for dairy. About 3 to 4 chestnuts or 28 grams is an appropriate serving. Their fiber content helps slow down sugar absorption, but these nuts contain about 15 grams of carbohydrates per 28 grams. Therefore, for those following a low-carb diet for kidney health, chestnuts might not be the best choice. Now that you've met our kidney superheroes, it's time to confront the dark side, because knowing what to avoid is just as crucial as knowing what to embrace. 1. Brazil nuts. If there's one nut that should come with a warning label for kidney patients, it's the Brazil nut. This isn't just about portion control. This is about compounds so dangerous they could land you in the emergency room. Brazil nuts contain an enormous amount of selenium. Just one Brazil nut, a single nut, contains about 96 micrograms of selenium, nearly double the recommended daily allowance of 55 micrograms. The maximum safe limit is 400 micrograms per day. So regularly eating 4 or 5 nuts can push you into the danger zone. Over time, this can lead to selenium toxicity. Imagine symptoms like hair loss, tremors, numbness in limbs, brittle nails, skin rashes, nausea, persistent fatigue, and in more severe cases, neurological problems. Severe symptoms are rare, but they are real, especially if you're also taking selenium supplements. If you've eaten a large amount and start feeling unwell, it's best to see a doctor immediately. Let's clarify those superfood myths. It's true that Brazil nuts support immunity and thyroid function, but that doesn't mean more is better. While selenium is essential in very small amounts, the line between benefit and toxicity is razor thin. Your thyroid only needs about 15 micrograms of selenium per day, an amount easily met through a normal diet. The immune benefits disappear once you cross the toxicity threshold. If you have chronic kidney disease, CKD, be extremely cautious with Brazil nuts. When your kidneys aren't filtering well, selenium can accumulate more easily. For kidney patients, the danger goes beyond selenium. Brazil nuts also contain over 200 milligram of phosphorus per ounce, among the highest of all nuts. When kidneys can't filter out excess phosphorus, it accumulates in the blood, causing a cascade of problems. Calcium is pulled from bones, making them brittle, while blood vessels calcify like old pipes. Be aware that many mixed nuts contain Brazil nuts, and nut butters sometimes include them for consistency. So always read the ingredient list carefully. Some protein bars and superfood snacks also contain fragments of Brazil nuts, which is another hidden source to avoid. 2. Pistachios, sometimes even nature's gifts, come with a warning label. Pistachios have a reputation as a healthy snack, but for kidney patients, they're one of the riskiest choices you can make. The problem isn't just what they contain, but also how easy they are to overeat. Pistachios pack 285 to 290 milligram of potassium per ounce. This figure is nearly 50% higher than the safe threshold for kidney patients. Add to that 150 milligram of phosphorus and 6 grams of protein, and you have a perfect storm of kidney stress in a tiny green package. For those with compromised kidney function, an elevated creatinine over-consuming pistachios can push blood potassium levels to dangerous heights. Hyperkalemia, or high blood potassium, doesn't just make you feel tired. It can cause irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. And if you're wondering, can I just eat fewer pistachios? The very design of pistachios makes portion control almost impossible. They come in shells that you have to crack one by one, a process that tricks your brain into thinking you're eating slowly and mindfully. Meanwhile, you could easily consume 3 to 4 servings before you even realize it. If you enjoy the ritual of shelling and eating nuts, try roasted sunflower seeds in the shell. They offer similar manual satisfaction, but with a much lower potassium content, just 80 milligram per ounce. Pumpkin seeds also provide an excellent crunch with safer mineral levels. 3. Almonds. Next up, a nut so popular it's everywhere, yet it poses a double threat to your kidneys. Almonds might be America's favorite healthy nut, but for kidney patients dealing with elevated creatinine levels, they represent a perfect storm of everything you want to avoid. The mineral content tells the whole story: 200 milligram of potassium, 137 milligram of phosphorus, and 6 grams of protein per 1/4 cup. While the potassium is at an acceptable level, the phosphorus content places almonds squarely in the danger zone for anyone with compromised kidney function. But the real problem lies in what doesn't appear on the nutrition label: oxalates. Almonds are one of the highest oxalate foods on the planet, containing 122 milligram per ounce. To put that into perspective, kidney experts often recommend a total daily oxalate limit of 40 to 50 milligrams for people prone to kidney stones. A single serving of almonds contains almost triple that amount. When you consume high oxalate foods like almonds, these compounds bind with calcium in your kidneys, forming sharp, painful crystals. For anyone who has ever experienced kidney stones, eating almonds is like playing Russian roulette with your kidney health. Furthermore, almond milk, almond flour, and almond butter all amplify these issues. Many commercial almond products also contain added phosphorus compounds for preservation and texture. A fortified glass of almond milk can deliver both the natural phosphorus from the almonds plus highly absorbable phosphate additives. The almond industry has spent millions of dollars promoting almonds as heart healthy and good for cholesterol. While this might be true for people with healthy kidneys, it's dangerously misleading for the 37 million Americans with chronic kidney disease. If you need an alternative, sunflower seeds offer similar vitamin E benefits with much lower oxalate levels. Hazelnuts provide comparable healthy fats and nutrients without the extreme oxalate load. For baking sunflower, seed flour can often substitute almond flour in recipes. Now that you understand both the heroes and villains in the world of nuts, let's turn this knowledge into real-life action. A one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work for kidney nutrition, especially as we age. Your kidney function, medication, regimen, and dietary needs will change over time. If you're between 50 and 65 years old with early-stage kidney concerns and slightly elevated creatinine, you can likely tolerate about a 1/4 cup of kidney-friendly nuts 3 to 4 times per week. At this stage, your kidneys may still have some reserve capacity. Therefore, moderate portions of suitable nuts can nourish your body without causing overload. Always monitor your lab results, especially creatinine, potassium, and phosphorus. Don't just look at whether the numbers are normal or abnormal. Track the trend over time. A creatinine level slowly rising from 1.2 to 1.4, then 1.6 tells a story, even if each individual result is technically acceptable. If potassium or phosphorus levels are gradually increasing, that's a signal to reduce your nut frequency or portion size. For those aged 65 to 75 with moderately reduced kidney function and elevated creatinine levels, reduce your portion size to 2 to 3 tablespoons. Prioritize nuts with the lowest mineral content like pecans and macadamias. By this age, kidney function naturally declines by about 1% per year, even in healthy individuals. So being a bit more cautious will help protect what remains. And for anyone over 75 or managing advanced kidney disease with significantly elevated creatinine, keep portions small, a maximum of 1 to 2 tablespoons, and choose only the safest options. Many people in this age group also have difficulty chewing hard nuts, increasing the risk of choking. Chopping or lightly grinding them can make them safer without losing nutrition. Don't forget to listen to your body. Signs like swelling, fatigue, or stomach discomfort might be telling you it's time to take a break. It's important to note that the difference between a safe and dangerous food often lies in details that manufacturers don't make clear. Always scan the ingredient list for any words containing e.g. phosphates. These additives are almost 100% absorbed by your body, turning a seemingly harmless snack into a phosphorus bomb. Even naturally flavored nuts can contain these additives. Natural has no legal definition and doesn't guarantee kidney safety. Organic means no synthetic pesticides, but says nothing about processing or mineral content. Raw nuts often mean they haven't been roasted, but they can still be treated with brine or other solutions. The safest choice is raw, unsalted nuts with the shortest ingredient list possible. While buying nuts in bulk might save money, it increases the risk of rancidity and makes portion control more challenging. For kidney patients, pre-portioned packs or buying smaller quantities more frequently will be safer than trying to manage large containers at home. Do you have any specific concerns about current nut consumption or other dietary habits you'd like to discuss further? We've journeyed together through a path of discovery, from unmasking 6 potential villains in the plant kingdom to celebrating 3 true superheroes. For older adults facing elevated creatinine levels, the most crucial lesson isn't just this list. It's a new perspective on your food. Your health isn't determined by fate. It's decided by the conscious choices you make right in your own kitchen. That power is now in your hands. You're equipped with the knowledge to distinguish between the kidney's heroes and villains, understand the science behind each choice, and know how to make changes safely and gradually. Let's revisit the angels once more. Macadamias hold the supreme position due to their extremely low mineral content and heart protective fats. Pecans follow closely with their anti-inflammatory superpowers and natural phosphorus-binding compounds. English walnuts rightfully earn their place thanks to unique omega-3 benefits protecting both the heart and kidneys. And chestnuts offer a completely different nutritional approach, surprisingly gentle on the kidneys. Don't forget the 3 risky nuts: Brazil nuts with their selenium toxicity risk and enormous phosphorus content, pistachios and their uncontrollable potassium overload, and almonds with their double threat of high phosphorus and kidney stone-causing oxalates. We call them risky nuts, not evil nuts, for a reason. They still have benefits in appropriate contexts and for suitable individuals. But if you have any kidney concerns, it's best to handle them with extreme caution and carefully monitor your lab results. Remember, even the safest nut becomes dangerous if consumed in large quantities. While we focused on nuts today, remember they're just a small piece of your overall kidney health puzzle. The information in this video empowers you to have better conversations with your medical team, not to replace them. Your doctor needs to know about your dietary choices because they affect medication dosages, lab test interpretations, and treatment plans. A renal dietitian can personalize our suggestions according to your stage of kidney disease, other health conditions, and specific lifestyle needs. We genuinely want to hear from you. Which nut on our risky list surprised you the most? Was it the familiar almond or the seemingly healthy pistachio? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We always read and respond to every comment because this is a community where we learn and thrive together. We want to thank you for being here, for listening, for having the courage to embark on this journey of discovering what truly benefits your health. It's not an easy journey, but it's more worthwhile than anything else. Hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any life-saving videos. The sooner you detect kidney problems, the better you can control everything. If you're unsure about your kidney health and haven't been feeling well recently, watch the video on the screen. We cover all possible symptoms, helping you detect kidney failure and act effectively if needed. See you there. Stay informed. Stay healthy.